Hello and welcome to the Business English Podcast. I have a quick question for you. Have you ever wondered why speaking English confidently is so challenging? If so, today's topic, how to improve English speaking skills, might be exactly what you need.
That's right. Many people study grammar or vocabulary, yet they struggle to speak up. Indeed, this challenge can hold you back in business or daily life. The good news is that you can build confidence with the right approach and consistent practice.
Absolutely. Today we're focusing on how to improve English speaking skills. We believe this topic is crucial because spoken communication can open doors. Whether you're leading a meeting or networking with global clients, you might discover new insights that transform your language journey.
Precisely. This podcast will help you understand why speaking skills matter, how to practice effectively, and what strategies can boost your fluency. We'll break everything down into clear parts so you can follow along and apply each step in your own life.
No doubt about it. We'll introduce the main topic, share best practices, then provide a short English lesson on key words and phrases. We also want you to share your opinions in the comments because output is vital. Let's learn together and improve, step by step.
Exactly. When you post your thoughts, you practice forming sentences and expressing ideas. That helps you develop your speaking mindset as well. Remember to give us a like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. The more we grow, the more helpful material we can create.
All right, let's dive into our main segment, how to improve English speaking skills. Lately, there's been a growing emphasis on spoken communication in global business. People want quick, clear responses, especially in international meetings or virtual conferences. Strong speaking abilities can really set you apart.
Exactly. As more companies operate across borders, employees need to converse with colleagues or clients worldwide. If you can't speak with confidence, you might miss opportunities. In many success stories, leaders often mention that clear English helped them negotiate deals and motivate global teams.
You nailed it. Plus, there's another angle to consider. Technology is evolving rapidly, and people are using video calls or virtual collaboration tools more than ever. In that setting, a confident voice can create trust, reduce misunderstandings, and help everyone stay on the same page.
Couldn't agree more. From a broader perspective, improving English speaking skills also increases your cultural awareness. When you talk with diverse teams, you learn idioms or expressions that reflect their unique backgrounds. Over time, you become more empathetic and better equipped to handle cross-cultural communication.
Absolutely. Let's outline what we'll discuss here. First, we'll look at why consistent speaking practice is essential. Second, we'll explore techniques like shadowing or role-playing. Third, we'll discuss building a habit of regular English conversations. Finally, we'll share real-life examples for extra motivation.
That's right. Let's start with the importance of consistent practice. Many people want fast results but forget that regular speaking leads to long-term improvement. Think of it like exercise. If you want to get fit, you work out consistently. Language works the same way.
Precisely. The second point is about helpful techniques. Shadowing is a method where you listen to native speakers and repeat their words immediately. This trains your ears and tongue to work together. Role-playing, on the other hand, lets you practice real-world scenarios in a safe space.
You're spot on. Third, we need to form an English conversation habit. Maybe you can find a study buddy, join language exchange apps, or attend local clubs. The goal is to speak frequently in low-pressure settings. That way, you build fluency over time.
Totally. Lastly, real-life examples show what's possible. For instance, there's a famous case of a sales manager who improved her English by practicing short pitches every day. She shared that her sales doubled because she could articulate benefits clearly to international clients.
Indeed. Another example is a project manager in Japan who started weekly speaking sessions with overseas teammates. Over 6 months, her progress was impressive. She handled customer calls more smoothly and even led a regional kickoff. She said consistent practice was the game changer.
Exactly. Now, let's consider the bigger picture. Speaking English well isn't just about grammar or pronunciation. It's about having the courage to express yourself. Sometimes, mistakes happen, but that's part of growth. Through each conversation, you learn what works and where you can improve.
That's exactly how I see it. Also, let's remember there's no one-size-fits-all method. Some people thrive with a study group, others prefer self-paced learning. Either way, speaking consistently is essential. The more real-life contexts you engage with, the more natural your speech becomes.
Couldn't agree more. In summary, focus on daily speaking practice. Use techniques like shadowing and role-playing, create conversation routines, and learn from real-world examples. All these points boost your confidence and help you become an effective speaker, ready to tackle any business scenario.
One more thought. In the past, people assumed writing skills mattered most. But today, spoken English truly takes center stage. The modern workplace rewards clear, concise communication. By honing your speaking abilities, you build stronger relationships and stand out in competitive environments.
Alright, now let's explore some key terms from our earlier discussion. We picked 5 expressions that might help you communicate better. First, let's look at cross-cultural. This word refers to interactions involving different cultures. It emphasizes understanding and respect between people from diverse backgrounds.
Exactly. For instance, you might say, "We need cross-cultural training before our international conference." This highlights the importance of cultural sensitivity. If you work with global colleagues, showing that you appreciate cultural differences can improve teamwork and prevent misunderstandings.
Absolutely. Next is one size fits all. This phrase means a single method that supposedly works for everyone. But in reality, people differ. Usage example. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to language learning. It's a quick way to remind others that flexibility is key.
That's right. The third term is shadowing, which is a learning technique. You hear English, then repeat what you heard almost immediately. This method helps train your ears and mouth together. An example sentence. I practice shadowing daily to improve my pronunciation and rhythm.
You're spot on. The fourth word is articulate. It means expressing ideas clearly and effectively. For example, he can articulate his thoughts in a persuasive manner. When you speak, being articulate shows confidence and helps listeners grasp your points without confusion.
Indeed. Finally, low pressure describes a relaxed environment where mistakes are okay. You might say, "I love our low-pressure study group because I'm not afraid to speak." This idea supports confidence building since you can practice openly and learn from errors without fear.
Precisely. These 5 terms capture important concepts from our conversation. Cross-cultural communication, customized methods, effective practice, clarity of expression, and comfortable learning environments are vital for mastering English speaking. If you study and use these words often, your vocabulary grows and your understanding deepens.
Totally. Try to incorporate them in your daily life. If possible, write example sentences or record your voice. Remember that repetition helps you memorize and internalize these expressions. Over time, you'll find yourself using them naturally in your conversations at work or with friends.
That's correct. Another tip is to review them in different settings, like when sending emails or preparing presentations. Using each term in multiple contexts strengthens your skill and shows you how versatile these expressions can be. Regular practice ensures long-lasting improvement.
You nailed it. Repetition in varied scenarios helps your brain link the terms to real actions, making them easier to recall.
All right, let's move into practical tips for improving your speaking skills in everyday life. One key approach is setting small, measurable goals. For instance, aim to speak English for 5 minutes every morning. That might sound simple, but consistency really leads to steady progress.
Precisely. Another powerful tip is to incorporate English into your hobbies. If you like cooking, watch recipe videos in English. If you enjoy news, read headlines from international sources. Immersing yourself in topics you love keeps you motivated and helps you pick up natural expressions.
Exactly. Let's also leverage technology. There are mobile apps focusing on speaking practice, like those that offer role-play scenarios or instant pronunciation feedback. Online tutors can also coach you individually. By using such tools, you can create a personalized practice routine that fits your schedule.
Absolutely. Another trend these days is joining virtual communities or social media groups dedicated to language exchange. People post short videos, share conversation prompts, and offer tips. Engaging in these groups is a low-pressure way to meet others who share your goal of becoming a fluent speaker.
Indeed, you might also consider recording yourself. For example, pick a short passage and read it aloud, then play it back. Listening to yourself can feel awkward at first, but it reveals areas to improve, like clarity, pace, or intonation. Over time, you'll hear real improvements.
That's right. Another tip is to volunteer for small speaking roles at work or in your community. Offer to present a weekly report or host a short meeting. This might sound nerve-wracking, but the more you practice in real situations, the faster your confidence grows.
You nailed it. Also, don't forget to celebrate small wins. Maybe you used a new expression during a client call or spoke up in a team discussion. Reward yourself. Recognizing progress keeps your motivation high and reminds you that every step gets you closer to fluency.
No doubt about it, for more advanced practice, consider reading aloud from business articles or trade publications. This keeps your vocabulary relevant and helps you train your voice for professional contexts. Over time, you'll speak more naturally about industry trends or specialized topics.
Couldn't agree more. You can also talk to yourself when doing daily tasks. It might sound silly, but describing your actions in English reinforces common phrases. Say you're preparing coffee. Explain each step as though you're teaching someone. This builds fluency without any social pressure.
Precisely. Let's also think about expanding your network. International events, webinars, or conferences are great places to practice. Even if you only say a few sentences, it's another chance to get used to speaking. Plus, you might meet people who support your learning journey.
That's exactly how I see it. Lastly, incorporate reflection into your routine. After a conversation, think about what went well or what could improve. Did you hesitate on certain words? Did you handle unexpected questions? This self-evaluation helps you refine your strategy for next time.
Absolutely. In summary, embrace small goals, integrate English into your interests, use technology, join communities, record yourself, volunteer for speaking tasks, celebrate your wins, read aloud business articles, speak to yourself during routine tasks, attend international events, and reflect on each experience. These tips will speed up your improvement.
By the way, remember to track your progress regularly. Whether it's a digital journal, a voice recorder, or simple checklists, seeing your improvements on paper or in recordings boosts motivation. Gradual achievements add up to significant gains in your English speaking ability.
You're spot on. Tracking can reveal hidden strengths and pinpoint areas that need extra focus, keeping you on the right path.
Now it's time for our second English lesson, where we explore 5 expressions from our practical tips discussion. The first one is nerve-wracking. This describes something that causes stress or anxiety. For example, speaking in front of an audience can be nerve-wracking at first.
Precisely, you could say, my job interview was nerve-wracking, but I prepared thoroughly. This emphasizes a tense situation. Once you get used to handling nerve-wracking tasks, your confidence will grow. Often, facing these fears is key to better English communication.
Absolutely. The second term is role play. It means acting out a scenario to practice real-life situations. For instance, they did a role play exercise to rehearse client presentations. This helps you prepare for business meetings or interviews, while reducing anxiety in actual interactions.
That's right. The third expression is immersion. This refers to surrounding yourself with a language or culture. For example, language immersion programs place learners in an English-speaking environment. If you immerse yourself in English content, you'll absorb vocabulary and phrases more naturally.
Totally. The fourth word is reflection. In our chat, we mentioned reflecting on each conversation to improve. For instance, after the meeting, he took a moment for reflection to identify mistakes. Reflection means analyzing your performance and figuring out how to do better next time.
Exactly. The fifth expression is pinpoint. It means to identify something precisely. For example, we need to pinpoint our weakest skills before we can improve them. Pinpointing specific issues helps you focus on solutions, whether it's pronunciation, vocabulary gaps, or speaking speed.
You're spot on. So to recap, nerve-wracking, role play, immersion, reflection, and pinpoint. Each of these terms can sharpen your ability to discuss challenges and strategies for English improvement. They also offer insight into the learning process, showing where effort and practice can yield results.
Indeed. Whenever you notice a nerve-wracking situation, remember that role play can help you prepare. Immersion boosts natural language pickup, while reflection and pinpointing let you analyze your progress and tackle weak areas. All these steps work together to strengthen your speaking skills.
One final tip. Try creating short dialogues for yourself, using these expressions in personal examples. This active practice cements them in your mind and boosts recall under pressure.
Couldn't agree more. The more scenarios you imagine, the more flexible you become with vocabulary. Eventually, these words flow naturally in business meetings or casual chats. Remember, consistent usage is the real secret to mastery.
We've covered a lot today, from the importance of English speaking skills to practical tips and 2 English lessons. Remember, speaking confidently opens up new possibilities in business and everyday life. Our examples showed how consistent practice can raise your professional profile.
Precisely. In our practical tips, we discussed setting small goals, using technology, volunteering for speaking tasks, and more. We also talked about reading business articles aloud, practicing role play, and reflecting on your progress. These strategies are designed to help you find methods that fit your lifestyle.
Exactly. Our English lessons introduce terms like cross-cultural, shadowing, nerve-wracking, and pinpoint. Knowing these words not only expands your vocabulary, but also gives you tools to describe your learning journey. Using them in real conversations cements the knowledge and boosts your confidence.
Totally. We hope today's topic inspires you to speak up more often. Whether you're practicing alone or with others, each attempt brings you closer to fluency. Keep refining your skills, stay open to feedback, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how growth happens.
That's right. Thanks for joining us on the Business English Podcast. If you found value in this episode, feel free to like and subscribe. We want you to succeed in your language goals, so continue sharing your insights in the comments. Until next time, keep practicing.